5 real helicopter accidents captured as they happened. In this video, we reconstruct a Bell 206L ditching beside Manhattan's 30th Street Heliport, a firefighting H-125 that spins into a pond in Brittany, a Hellenic Army AH-64 settling in the shallows off Thessaloniki, the Hudson River Midair, where a sightseeing helicopter meets a Piper, and Vigo's airshow crash of a Bo 105 at the surfline. You'll see impact, immediate response, and verified conclusions only, no speculation. We focus on wind, altitude, traffic, and confined space. The thin margins that turn routine rotorcraft work into disaster. Mid-afternoon on Manhattan's West 30th Street Heliport. A Bell 206L4 Long Ranger, tail number N26BB, lifts after refueling for a short reposition across the ramp. Winds off the Hudson curl between buildings. Cameras on the pier catch the approach as the helicopter drifts toward the shoreline. The nose begins to yaw. The river fills the frame. And then, impact. Skids slice the surface beside the bulkhead. A white fan of spray erupts, and the airframe settles upright, buoyed by its emergency floats, just a few meters from the pier. Sirens fold into harbor noise as crews close the pad. A New York waterway ferry diverts and makes the pickup within moments. The pilot sustains a minor hand injury. No passengers are on board. On the ground, a heliport worker sprains a wrist during the scramble. The helicopter is secured to the seawall, later hoisted from the river, with visible damage to the tail and cabin. Investigators from the NTSB cite loss of tail rotor effectiveness during the final phase of approach, aggravated by an unfavorable quartering tailwind. No mechanical fault is identified. A routine hop becomes a case study. In dense urban air, small margins vanish quickly, and the Hudson turns from backdrop to crash site in a handful of seconds. Early evening at a municipal pond in Rosporden. Smoke from regional wildfires lingers on the horizon as a firefighting Airbus H-125, call sign Moraine 29, descends for a routine water scoop. Moments later, the helicopter enters a tight, rapid spin over the surface, one rotation, then another, and impacts the water just a few meters from the bank. A burst of spray and fragments spreads across the pond. A main rotor blade separates. The cabin remains partially afloat near the shoreline. Response teams secure the park within minutes. The area is cleared, a safety perimeter is established, and anti-pollution booms are laid to contain any fuel sheen. Initial reports confirm no fatalities. The occupants reach shore and are assessed on site. Through the next 48 hours, divers and recovery crews work in stages. On Tuesday, a heavy lift helicopter extracts the wreck for examination, while departmental firefighting continues with a replacement aircraft. France's BEA opens a technical inquiry, recording it as a collision with water during a scooping approach. No causal statement is issued pending analysis of the airframe, environment, and operational data. The scene underscores the narrow margins of aerial firefighting. Low height, confined water, and variable wind. Conditions that can turn routine replenishment into an accident in seconds. Northern Greece, Thermaic Gulf. During a training flight, a Hellenic Army AH-64 Apache runs low along the seafront. The helicopter descends over the water, rotor wash drawing pale arcs across the surface, and then makes contact a few meters offshore. The fuselage settles upright in the shallows, the main rotor slows, and the airframe remains largely intact. Rescue craft approach in the footage. Small boats come alongside and hold position. Personnel step onto the skids and assist with the transfer from the helicopter to the boats. The two crew members are taken ashore and assessed. Officials report no injuries. Authorities record the event as a training accident near Thessaloniki with significant damage to the aircraft. A technical inquiry is opened. No immediate cause is issued. The images are unambiguous. Low altitude over confined coastal water, seconds of margin, and a swift, boat-borne extraction that turns a shoreline practice run into an accident scene. Midday over the Hudson River corridor, traffic is heavy in clear summer air. A Liberty Helicopter's Eurocopter AS-350 is northbound along the shoreline as a Piper PA-32R transits the same slice of sky near Hoboken. Seconds later, witnesses see an abrupt flash of fragments. The airplane's wing intersects the helicopter's rotor disc. The rotor system separates, the helicopter breaks apart, and both aircraft descend into the river. There are 9 fatalities. Marine units from NYPD, FDNY, and the Coast Guard converge, marking debris fields and securing a temporary exclusion zone. Recovery operations continue through the afternoon. Flight seeing and general aviation traffic in the corridor are halted while the area is cleared. The investigation focuses on a busy VFR special flight rules area with dense sightseeing and transiting traffic. Findings cite limitations of see and avoid in a congested, confined corridor, inadequate traffic advisories and controller distraction in the minutes before the collision, and procedures that left little vertical stratification between sightseeing and through traffic. In response, the FAA institutes new Hudson River rules, defined altitude bands, a lower speed limit, mandatory radio self-announce points, and standardization for route and training. A well-known skyline became the backdrop to regulatory change, written in wreckage on the water. Late morning on Galicia's Atlantic shore. During the Vigo International Air Show, a Guardia Civil MBBBO 105, callsign Cuco 2, runs a low demonstration along Samuel Beach. Spectators line the waterline as the helicopter descends parallel to the surf. Spray fans outward under the rotor wash. Then, just offshore, the airframe contacts the sea and disappears into a burst of white water. Sections of rotor and cowling scatter across the shallows as the cabin settles beneath the surface. Rescue craft close in within moments. Lifeguards and maritime units reach the site and transfer the 2 crew members to boats. Both survive and are assessed on the beach. No injuries are reported among the crowd. The show area is secured, a maritime exclusion zone is set, and recovery teams begin staging to lift the wreckage from the water later that day. Authorities record the event as an air display accident involving a Guardia Civil BO 105 at Samuel. Public statements cite very low height over water immediately before impact. No mechanical defect is announced at the time. The images from Vigo, shallow coastal air, a narrow line between spectacle and risk, became a staple of safety briefings that followed. Across New York, Brittany, Thessaloniki, the Hudson Corridor, and Vigo, the pattern is clear. Helicopters operating low, in shifting wind and confined space, leave only seconds of margin. Each case had its own trigger: LTE near the hover, water scooping limits, coastal ground effect, midair see and avoid gaps, display altitudes, but the lesson is the same. Plan margins, respect conditions, and go around early. If you value evidence-based breakdowns with no speculation, subscribe, share, and tell us which incident to analyze next. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.